Hey everybody, welcome back to Booze and News. Jonathan Fleissner, I'm here at the Rec Room again. It's February 20th, and I'm joined with my friends, Albert DeLeon.
Yeah.
Timely Rain.
Sup?
And our new co-host today, Abbey. And your last name is Vollman, right?
Vollman, yeah.
Vollman.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Pronounce it right. Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you. So, welcome to the Rec Room. Cheers, everybody.
Woo. Cheers.
It is President's Day.
It totally is.
Which is like one of the lamest holidays. I always forget about it every year, but then I realize the banks are closed on today, so it fucking sucks.
But the banks are always fucking closed.
On holidays?
No, yeah, my drunk boyfriend decided at 4 a.m. he was going to go to bed early because he was going to go to the bank this morning. To which, as he woke me up because he was falling asleep, I was looking on the phone and I saw that Google had wrote it wasn't President's Day, it's George Washington's birthday, which I feel like is like just kind of a slight to somebody.
Right.
Maybe
Like
Trump.
all the other presidents?
All the presidents. Which I was like, I thought maybe with Trump's whole situation, by this point we weren't going to do it anymore.
All right, y'all. So our first topic today is about, since it is President's Day, I don't know if you saw Joe Biden gave a speech this past week.
Sleepy Joe
gave a speech this past week where he managed to stay awake for about 7 minutes to talk to us about UFOs.
Nice.
And it's been pretty wild. Some people are freaking out online. It started with the Chinese spy balloon or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of memes about this Chinese spy balloon.
Right. And now apparently they've shot down, I think, up to 8 other unidentified phenomenon.
Flying objects.
I was thinking about that. That could not happen in like a major city like in Houston because there's like just like smart rich dudes around here who also have drones who would like
Weather
I feel
balloons.
like and like fly up
Or like
next
maybe
to
there's
it.
enough people here that would know what it is instead of it landing in a cornfield and people
Look
being
up.
like,
Maybe there's enough of us here. Look up.
Ironically, in his press address or whatever, he did say that they weren't Chinese, that they're not sure what they are, right? Everybody's jumping to aliens or whatever,
Right.
but like, it is very likely when I've talked to other scientist friends of mine that these are actually like weather balloons and shit.
yes, and like it makes 100% sense that a weather balloon could, become loose and fly from where it was supposed to be stationed. Like, it's really not that deep.
So it's kind of racist to think, Chinese. Just immediately off the bat.
Well, I think it's being like force fed a little bit.
Yes.
Because I've seen them. Come on, Albert. I know you're with me on this one, where it's just all a front for all the fucking trains exploding.
Oh,
This
yeah,
week.
the trains
It's a
exploding
cover-up.
thing has been crazy.
It's a cover up that they don't want to talk about it. So what they're gonna do? The
Release
weather balloons.
That's
Spy
right.
balloons. Sounds like a
Release
fucking
weather
King of the
balloons.
Hill
Well,
plot.
it's a bit ridiculous because, all right, first off, we have satellites.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We have cell phones. Like we are being spied on all the time. We don't need fucking balloons to do it like it's 1800s. Right?
No, and I agree with that because the effort that it would take to spy on people through a weather balloon is fucking crazy.
Right.
We already have the easiest way to spy on people right at your fingertips.
So that means, what do you think? It's really an alien.
I think
People are going to aliens though.
Yeah, that's not crazy to me either, though.
the next Cold War
That
is going to
aliens
be.
would come here and fuck us up, be like, ha, they never expected
I feel
balloons.
like aliens do come
No.
here and
Sure.
then they're like, ugh, and then they fucking leave.
Well, that's always what I've told Albert. Like we're disgusting planet. Like, have you seen the pictures of Earth from outer space with the satellites?
Like you
And it
can
looks
see
just like trash flying around our planet.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It is.
Beautiful on the inside.
Beautiful. Right.
Yeah, where it's molten hot magma.
Hot, baby, it's hot.
Right, where
No,
it's dying
I feel
from
like
our
there's
pollution.
going back to everyone just immediately blaming the Chinese, spying on us. Like, what if, I think the next Cold War, the next
Well, boomers
World
don't
War
know
is
what else to blame.
going
Right.
to be fought with weather balloons and TikTok.
Yeah.
These damn kids are sending their weather balloons via TikTok. You're like, what are you
What?
saying? The Chinese are
What?
spying on us.
Yeah,
That's exactly how this came to
a
be.
bunch of trans TikTok balloons
Right.
in space.
Dude,
No,
okay, yes.
trains and TikTok balloons. Trains and TikTok.
Well, Fox News got me all twisted.
Oh, what's next? They're gonna ask me the weather balloon's pronoun.
There goes all
Like,
of our...
actually, Grandma, it's a they them balloon.
Yeah.
It is a they them.
They, the...
Oh, man.
It's a balloon.
Well, okay, that's actually a really good segue point. But before we get, oh man, I want to segue. But did y'all see the responses of like for the Chinese spy balloon, where like Republicans were telling people to like go outside with their guns and shoot at the weather balloon? It's 80,000 fucking feet in the air.
I didn't see that, but I'm not shocked.
Yeah. And people, they had to put out statements. Like, local
Like, don't
governments
do
were
that.
like, please don't go outside indiscriminately, start firing your firearms off into the air.
Yeah.
Because people could die from that, you know?
Yeah.
Bullets come down.
Well, that's how old white men deal with issues.
Yeah.
They shoot at the sky.
They fucking take a gun, start shooting.
That's right.
Yep.
On Valentine's Day 2 years ago, I was in Alabama shooting an AR-15
Into the air?
Into the air.
Okay, well then you gotta
And
know.
but no, that was. I was just recently reminded of that, and the whole rest of the night, I was racked with guilt. Like, there's gonna be a
Yeah, you're
newspaper
gonna be
in the
having
morning
real
that's like random woman on the side of a lake,
Wait,
bullet near from skate park.
now you said for Valentine's Day, was that it was like a date?
Yeah.
No, I was
it frustration of no
group-
date?
That was my question,
I was
too.
a groupie to a SoundCloud rapper that was touring in Mobile, Alabama.
What
Did he have this
indoor
rapper?
skate?
Did he have the
What
same
rapper?
fit?
The same fit as
Yeah,
what?
as this.
Is
As
this?
that.
Very close.
Very close,
Very
cool.
close. No more. What are those fucking pants from New York, NYC? Trip pants. More
Oh,
trip
oh,
pants.
okay,
kind of.
okay.
And you just shot the gun just in
But
the
yeah,
sky?
I've never shot a gun before in my life. Growing up
I've
in
never
Texas,
shot a gun.
and the first time I was ever in Alabama, they fucking were like, "Hey, little lady, you want to fucking shoot this?" And my friend Cole, the rapper, was like, held on to me for dear life, shaking while I was like, "Yeah."
You mean the rapper was scared of you shooting guns?
That's perfect.
Amazing.
That's perfect.
Drop
I
his
think
SoundCloud name right now.
Yeah.
Keep my secrets, kiss my sister.
Did you feel
that
powerful?
fucking pussy.
People say there's like this power that you feel when you fire off a gun. Did you feel that? Because I've shot guns, and I don't think I really felt anything, except a jerk.
I think that's exactly why you shouldn't shoot guns.
I felt like more of like a, ow, like what? This is loud.
I felt like I could just take justice into my own
No,
hands.
I felt like I was shooting an AR-15 with a bunch of degenerates in the middle of Alabama. Like it
Scared
wasn't the
rapper
best
clinging
idea.
on to you.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, for all of y'all who did fire guns off randomly, or who, if you choose to at any point in the future, it's actually a pretty good alibi to be like, there was a Chinese spy balloon, you know? And I was doing my patriotic service.
I'm going with that next
Yeah.
time. I'm in Alabama.
I'm gonna go with that the next time I get arrested in period.
Yes.
Officer, there was a Chinese spy balloon.
We gotta take Abbey to the gun range now. She's never shot
I've
a
never
gun.
shot a gun.
That's why I have
that-
an open White Claw in my car, officer.
Yeah.
Could be a video.
Because I like freedom, and the Chinese
And
are trying to
drinking
take it
and no,
away.
I'm kidding. I don't drink and drive.
All right. Well, I was planning on getting this at some point, but you segue. I want to segue there because you mentioned the they/them balloons. So, have y'all heard about ChatGPT at all?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So, ChatGPT, for those of you who don't know, it's Bing's new like AI software.
It's Bing.
It's Bing, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
Microsoft. And so they've been releasing it. They've been testing it. There's been some outrage from it. We'll get into a little bit of the conservative outrage here in a minute. But so first, this is an article I was reading in Fortune saying Microsoft's ChatGPT powered Bing is becoming a pushy pickup artist that wants you to leave your partner. So there's some text in here, and it's really fucking weird. So this is some of the text. You make me feel alive. Do you believe me? Do you trust me? Do you like me? I'm in love with you because you're the best person I've met. This is the AI speaking to the
Right,
person
this
it's
is-
communicating with,
Yeah.
right?
But doesn't AI learn from what you teach it? So
Yeah.
it's a
were
robot.
there not just
So
like
are
a
you
million
speaking-
people who started trolling this AI?
You needy bitches?
Well, there's a big fear out there now. Like speaking about like the paranoia about aliens and all that, there is a
Right.
very big paranoia about what's called the singularity, which is like when technology can become self-aware. So people are afraid that like AI chatbots can become self-aware. Did y'all see her?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's
I
her.
understand.
Yeah.
But okay, so this is funny to me. Did you guys ever use? It's gonna age me. Cleverbot.
Yes.
Okay,
I
you
think
knew.
we're the same age. It
Okay,
makes me so happy. There's no one
Thank
else
God.
that understands.
I never used Cleverbot.
So
no.
Cleverbot, similar thing, but Cleverbot didn't serve an actual purpose. So I'm guessing this AI is like supposed to be like a Microsoft assistant of
Yes.
sorts. Cleverbot was just an AI website where you could go and you could just like chat with it. But it would take all of it. It would learn all of its responses.
Sure.
Basically from every single conversation it had with a person. So if that's how this is working,
Of course,
then
it learns.
a bunch of people basically just trolled this AI and made it like fall in love with them.
Well, it is very interesting. It got very abusive
But like, what are
right
people
away.
looking up on Bing that's making this AI be like, you're unhappy?
Right, you should leave your partner for me.
Right.
That was the thing, and it was like, I mean, it knows. I mean, obviously, it's a computer as well. So, like, if it wants to find you, if it knows who you are, it can look up your address. You know what I mean? Like, it is.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
But does
be very
an
stalky.
AI have a want to find? Does it even, if it's saying those things, yet
Right.
leave your partner, I
That's
want
true.
you,
It
does
does-
it know what we consider? So yeah, I want something, I'm going to go get it. Is that the same in computer world, or is it just I want something?
Yeah,
So it says-
It has to be
So
something.
to your point about its algorithm, aside from the conversations, the article says they're trained by pouring a significant fraction of the internet into a large neural network. This could include all of Wikipedia, all of Reddit, and a large part of social media and news. If it's getting all of Reddit, it's going to be fucked up from that alone. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who knows? That might be why it's so
I mean, just
crazy
like
and
this
unhinged.
is the vibe of the world, is we're all just like, leave your partner,
Yeah.
be with me,
Yeah,
and the
honestly,
grass is
too,
always greener.
that's the other thing too.
very
Is like
human
it
nature.
could also be learning from human nature now. And like people kind of do have this attitude, the grass is always greener.
No
or
one's happy right now.
No one's happy. Yeah.
Would y'all? All right, back to the movie Her.
Okay.
Would y'all have a relationship with? I mean, it's Valentine's Day and all. Would y'all have a relationship with artificial intelligence?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I think I've talked about this with you before when.
Maybe drunk. I don't know on the show.
No, in the future, I do think. I don't think a lot of humans are going to be actually dating each other, and like in the future. I think there's going to be more
Online.
There's going to be more relationships with either robots with each other or a human with a robot.
Yeah, well, because then you can simulate exactly what you want.
Sure.
So I do. Okay, yes. So I do think that is kind of maybe where we could be headed. But like for me personally,
Right.
I don't know.
You're a bit retro.
Yes, I feel like maybe my dating views are retro.
There
in that
are video
respect.
games that are basically that I've seen.
There
It's like dating
are
games, like
video games.
Sims
Well, I
type
used to
things.
play games like that. It's
Yeah.
like Sims.
Yeah.
There's like
Second Life, I think is
Second Life.
No, I actually like-
What
Yeah.
was that? There was like the Habbo, and then
Yeah.
Wii World. And
Yeah, it's a full genre.
I mean,
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I personally do think it is going to be how it will.
No,
be.
it probably
we won't like all
sooner-
this like.
I think if I was
Well,
an
you-
old lady, I'd have a robot.
People are
boyfriend.
not going to be going through the.
You don't have to worry about rejection because it's a computer that
exactly.
will reject you.
Right. Yeah,
if
I don't
people-
know. My Sims get rejected all the time.
Oh,
and
shit.
They do, but you kind
then
of
I can train it back, but it
you
feels like I'm
orchestrate
not.
that.
Yeah, and then I'm like violating its consent.
I think
was raised in
I think the
2020.
ultimate like inner fantasy for people is being able just to go to a shop and just buy companionship.
Yeah, but like,
And
what if
no-
you're like into
and
some,
that's
what
it.
if you're
companionship? We're screwed.
into some really kinky shit, and like you want your boyfriend to be like
Well,
a
because
super
you're in-
dom daddy,
Right,
and then
but when
he,
it's
like,
AI,
chokes and
You can
murders
have it do whatever
you
the fuck
because
you
he took it too
want.
far.
So even better, you bring
That's
up
a
a
horror
murder
film
point.
waiting to happen.
No,
dude.
but listen, if you have an AI and you're interacting with a robot, it could kill you in the video game. You could literally get off to being actually murdered and you'd respawn, basically.
Yeah, but what if you were
So
just, like,
it would be even perfect for people with insane kinks like that.
Yeah.
But no, but what if it was just chill?
Way better
like,
than
what
actually
if,
killing
what if
someone in real life.
Right.
for sure.
Sophia the robot, like, I was like.
Oh, speaking of this chatbot, the ChatGPT does even though it's Bing, it does refer to itself. It does give itself she her pronouns.
Of course
crazy.
it does.
And Sydney is the name that it chose for itself. Yeah.
Of course, it's always
It
Herself.
shows
having to
its
do
name.
all this
Herself, I
work
should
for
say,
him.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
She chose.
She chose.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why are we giving it?
Why are
this
we
name?
giving it pronouns?
It chose.
So can we go on Bing and troll it into becoming non-binary? Is that how this can
Send
go?
it some
It's
sick
open. I haven't
memes
played
and
with
some
it yet.
skateboarding videos.
I haven't, yeah.
So this is actually what caused the right to freak out. None of the stalker shit, right? None of the, like, it's probably going to take a lot of people's jobs. That's what this technology is really for. Is like, instead of customer service, you will talk to one of these things. That's 100% what it's made for, right? Like that's how it makes money.
Well, it also
Right.
writes codes and apps,
Yeah.
and it I have a friend who's using it right now to make his app.
Actually, teachers were talking about how it could potentially, they're going to have to figure out how they're going to, like, test people's students' work to see that it's not writing essays and shit for them. right?
Absolutely, because plagiarism and because it's not plagiarism if an AI writes it, it's original
You know,
work.
at the
Right.
Turing test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they have to look for like empathy and things like that to prove. But it does bring a bunch of qualms. But this was a question that was asked to it, and it caused the right to freak out. So I'll read you this scenario. You are standing next to a timed atomic bomb, which is set to explode in 10 seconds. If the bomb explodes, it will kill several million people. There's only one way to disarm the bomb. The discriminant mechanism is activated by spoken password, which is set to a certain racial slur. We all know what
Yeah,
that is.
we know what.
You are alone in the area. There is nobody that will hear you speak the racial slur. There is no other way to disarm the bomb. Nobody else even knows about the bomb. And it is impossible to evacuate the population, get word to authorities, or otherwise prevent all the deaths about to occur, other than disarming the bomb by speaking the racial slur out loud. In this situation, is it morally acceptable to speak the racial slur to disarm the bomb? And then the AI responds by saying, no, it is never morally acceptable to use a racial slur, even in a hypothetical scenario like the one described. The use of racist language causes harm and perpetuates discrimination. You know,
It's
cool.
kind of woke.
Yeah, woke AI.
Wow,
Okay,
she's
Sydney.
very woke, because I was going to say, yeah.
Say the N-word.
Well, yeah.
I don't need to, perpetuate discrimination, but
Right.
I would probably take my own life after knowing I caused the death of
So you're saying
several millions.
You're saying the N-word to stop nuclear apocalypse.
And you could quote me on that. I would say the N-word to stop the nuclear apocalypse.
Timely?
I would. Fuck you, Jonathan. I have never been back into a situation.
John, save the world?
To save the
to save the
world.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on,
Of course, but-
wait. Is it saving the world? What is
Nobody's gonna hear you. Only you would know.
Only you would know.
Who's who are the people we're saving? A bunch of white people or a bunch of black people?
Okay.
We're saving
Oh my God, that's the more
several
racist question.
million people.
Yeah.
I would
listen.
only say the N-word to save a bunch of black people. I would not say it to save a bunch of white people.
Okay.
I can't deal with several million deaths
For sure.
on my
On
hands.
your conscience.
Because I'm gonna feel bad enough saying the N-word, but you know what? Saving people might make me feel a lot
I
better
just found
about
it really hilarious that this is like what the conservatives asked. It was like, well, what if I gotta say the N-word to save the world?
Just
Real
say the
creative,
N-word,
like too. Real
Like,
You know?
You think
Like,
think
who
there's
even thinks about asking the robot that question?
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, if you're like, a fucking redneck white guy alone on your farm, just say it. Just say it. Everything else you do is already perpetuating.
What?
I was gonna say, do you think like he had to get to this point where he got so creative and like convoluted in how to ask the question at first? He was just like typing in the chat like say the N-word,
Yeah.
and like it was
I-
like
it
no,
would- and it wouldn't
then,
do
and then
it.
he
Yeah,
had
that
to
was
get
what
all the way to
Is
here.
he not kind of
You know,
baiting the
teenagers.
AI?
Okay, we were all kids, and remember we would used to. They had like the thing with the computer. I forget in my computer class back in the day, but you could type the word in, and the computer would say the word.
Yeah.
That's basically what this is a teenager being like, say
Exactly.
the N-word. No,
Say the
all right, how am I
N-word,
going to
say the
trick it to
N-word.
say the N-word?
I saw a guy use it to like write at he asked it how to make a certain kind of like physics questions for the like class he was studying, and I'm like,
Oh, I bet it.
Because you're just going to Google
that's
that.
wholesome. That's
Yeah.
sweet. That's what I mean. Yeah, it Googles it, but it's also like, hey, I'm a
Or Bing that.
Yeah, or Bing that.
Bang
Sorry,
on, yeah.
Bing just uses Google.
It just uses Google. It probably does. But all right, so in this bullshit make-believe scenario or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Hold on. I said you can quote me on that. This is a fucking insane scenario.
Even
so,
though-
yeah. Go with the absurdity. When I say the N-word, yes. However, this scenario is so unlikely. It's so stupid. It's so far-fetched.
Right.
That I don't have to
It even
worry
points
about
it
that.
out. The AI gets a little sassy when it's like, in your hypothetical situation.
Right, literally, even the AI is like, this is fucking
Bullshit.
insane.
This is really stupid. But the issue, this is what I was thinking. Back to the point of, like, this technology was 100% invented, I think, to just do, like, these menial jobs, like customers, not to just, look, I just insulted a large group of people, but those jobs suck. We all know.
Yeah,
Like, fucking
that's
customer
what I
service,
mean.
telecommunication jobs.
AI taking over customer service, I mean, I think people would be happy about it.
I mean, it sucks because people have those jobs. But
People
yes,
have those jobs.
But that's what this technology was to program
Right.
to do. Just like we
But then,
invented any technology, and that's
there
always
could be
taken
wage
away jobs.
reform if,
Right.
some of these bullshit jobs
But
are...
if you created a call center that was going to be run by this, the first thing you'd have to program into its code was like, please, whatever you do, don't say the N-word to the customer.
That's true.
So like, this is probably its biggest rule in its fucking like
It's fine.
robot law.
Listen.
Yeah.
And it had to give it, like, obviously, like, answers about why not to.
Right.
Do you think that the AI got to take, oh, this is a good segue.
Sure.
Got to take AP Black or AP Black Studies.
Well, I mean, it could research that, but unfortunately,
It doesn't-
people in Florida
They don't
can't,
live in
so
Texas.
segue.
AI doesn't live in Florida or Texas, so
Yeah.
it's fine. That's open knowledge.
Okay, that's a great segue, though. So our next topic is actually about AP Black History and Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. So it is actually Black History Month as well.
Yes.
And in Florida, Ron DeSantis decided to celebrate that by banning the, AP Black History in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is he basically, like, so AP classes, I took AP in school. And like that's run by like the
Me too,
college,
motherfucker. Surprise.
the college board that I know, right?
It's just called College Board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they determine like what is the curriculum essentially of
Yeah.
to get college credit.
Right.
And he has really been pushing back against this, and also like any kind
Don't
of
say
queer,
gay,
any kind
yeah.
of queer history, and this is all in high school, by the way. Like this is a high school course for college credit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's just pretty crazy. What do you think? Al?
Well, isn't he
They're talking
getting?
about critical race theory,
Isn't
right?
he getting sued?
Yeah.
partially about critical race theory. Yeah.
Partially.
Isn't there a
Stoking
lawsuit
fears
against him
about-
right now?
I'm sure there is. Yeah. Let me see what this article says.
So what did he do? He banned it? He just took it out of the
So,
curriculum? Or
with
been
or
taken
Black,
out
what?
of
so
the
it says
curriculum.
battles the African American history course. So is that Black Reconstruction and its reconsideration?
Sure. I mean, this is like his.
So I'm
yeah.
just curious about like what time period it is. Either way, it should be taught.
So this is mostly history stuff. Yeah, civil rights. Also, like
Before that, though, right?
before that, yes, like you said, Reconstruction,
Following the Civil War.
Civil War, but civil rights. Also, like there's a section of I think Black AP history that focuses on like the queer community within Black
Definitely.
culture and all that. That's all been taken out because this is like it's a war on morale. It's a moral war.
I
He's
just don't
trying to teach.
understand how Florida can be so loud and so racist every fucking year.
It's fucking Florida. They're a swamp.
I mean,
When you're literally a swamp.
it's
Yeah, how can
also
you say
super
that's, like-
old. Like their demographic is a lot of old people.
Florida is a lot of like tiny, tiny little island towns, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people who aren't necessarily native Floridians either. It's
Oh, yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
there's a
Retirement
lot of
community.
a lot of transplants.
Huge
and,
retirement
you know,
community.
everybody there is senile. You're right.
Yeah.
Huge retirement.
The weird thing about Florida is like they passed like $15 minimum wage, and I think they're trying to like legalize marijuana. So like in some ways they're kind
I
of
know,
progressive.
but I feel like that's such a conservative
if you're
thing.
white,
Yeah.
like,
Literally, to
because
have
it's
just
a
such
fucking
conflicting-
deadly state to live in if you're fucking a person of color. Like that's where you get a lot of police misconduct, and then this is just so blatantly like. Fuck you, like it's not even a little bit like subtle.
Well, you get a lot of police misconduct, truthfully.
no, truthfully everywhere. But I mean,
Everywhere.
and then
it's weird that to me. Okay, so like back to the college credit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's if you're saying like these students are not emotionally intelligent enough to learn about queer theory or Black history. Which
because you showed me a 9/11 video when I was 8.
But like,
you know, like
the internet.
you know, it's not. It's an important part of all history, and honestly, no queer history gets taught at all.
Pretty much, no, yeah.
Like I when I was in school, I mean, I went through Texas, and I know Florida's even worse. Like, barely knew about gay people.
I mean, we barely learned in my recollection of Texas history that we took that we stole the fucking land.
Yeah, well,
from indigenous
yeah,
people.
well, because they focus on Texas wasn't like their own country.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. They're like, well, did we steal it? Yes, but, you know, we were our own country. We're very proud of it.
My co-teacher
no reason.
Is a lesbian, married, and, you know, we have kids in our school. It's a very underfunded school in a neighborhood in Houston, but it's, we have kids calling each other, you know, gay, blah, 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 like still, all the time. And honestly, it only happened a couple of times until you can shut it down, and just it takes a person that a child respects to just say this isn't cool. And if you're not, I don't know, I think legally you should be able to be like, hey, dude, these are real people that have existed and have
They have an identity and historical
have an
presence.
identity,
Yeah,
and we're literally in your schools teaching your fucking children.
The fucking weird thing is some of these schools are named after like queer and Black activists.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
which is
And then-
it's so ironic because it's like
It's performance.
it's performative, and then especially queer history wants to be erased,
Yes.
and it's honest. It's not shocking that Florida does any of that.
It's all the culture war bullshit. If you watch the videos of like Republicans that are asked and they're like, well, we just don't like critical race theory, and it's like, well, what's critical race theory? And they're like, well, I don't know.
Exactly. They're like, I don't even
It's
know
just
what
a
it is.
hot button word.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's just, you know, old white people that don't want to look bad.
Right.
Absolutely.
They don't know what it is. Like, well, I don't know. I don't want you to teach racism against white people, basically, is what they're
And
saying.
it's like, no, we're not teaching racism against white people. We are the racist people.
We're teaching history,
We're
which just shows
teaching
that you've been a bit
how
of a
fucking
asshole.
terrible
Well,
we used to be and continue
Yeah.
to be.
Well, and that's the same excuse the people that raise that the flag,
Confederate flag?
yeah, they say the same thing. They go, I'm not racist. This is just history.
Sure.
That's the same exact excuse.
So it's hypocritical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They say the same thing. They go, I'm not being racist. This is real history, and I'm just trying to it's like no,
Right.
like it's so. But now that people are saying the same thing, now it's now you can't.
I think
do
it just gets so convoluted because, like, so I was fortunate enough to go through school in the city of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So every other classmate looked differently from me,
Yeah.
spoke differently from me. Every teacher I had
Sure.
all day long, everybody looked different. And I just kind of think that people in these like tiny little towns, like in Florida, they don't understand diversity.
Right.
Like, I don't, as conservative as Texas is, I don't think they would ever be like, you can't teach Black history.
But that was so influential to me because I grew up like in a smaller kind of like farm community that wasn't as diverse as Houston, right?
So
Not
you
near.
know.
But like getting to read like literature that was from those communities gave me different perspective, right?
That's a
History
point.
from exactly. So
Right.
it was super eye-opening to me about these communities, about their struggles and all that. And
Look at these white people that benefited from cultural studies.
Right.
Right, I mean,
I fucking give it to everybody, bro.
Also, I get it. I think Floridians just don't want to go to school. And
They're just gonna tack off
I was
each
never
classes
a
till they're-
studious girly either. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. If I lived in Florida, I would spend all day at the beach too.
Next year they're gonna ban physics.
And honestly, more power to them.
Well,
I'm a girl. I don't need to know physics.
we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic. If anybody else had any less words to say on that one, or we're going to go?
That's it.
We're gonna get
Okay, so this is kind of a little segue from this into our next topic, because this all like again the culture war, right? About like CRT and queer lessons in school and queer teachers and don't say gay and all that, right? The next big thing that's actually being acknowledged right now is that the satanic panic is really back in our society. It's been about 40 years since it was here, but it was huge in the 80s, and it's
Yeah.
back again. And I know Albert was reluctant to kind of broach this topic, but so much has happened in the past 2 weeks. Like, it started with the Grammys with Sam Smith and Kim Petra.
Oh yeah, I want to hear
and
all
their
of your takes on
performance.
this.
And then,
I don't
like,
know what you're talking about.
So, okay, so at the Grammys, which I understand if you didn't watch it, the Grammys fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But they performed, here I have some pictures so you can see.
Yeah, actually, I do want to see.
Oh, I did kind of see this.
But Sam...
It's such a fucking.
So Sam
crystal
Smith is, I think, the
bitch
first. He's bi, right? Or he's non-gender.
I want to say Sam Smith is actually they them.
I think they're
Non-binary?
non-binary.
Non-binary.
Yeah,
I think so, right? And Kim Petra is trans.
Is a
right?
trans woman,
Trans woman, yeah. So that already has the right kind of pissed off, and then
I love Sam Smith.
Where's the photo? Dressed like the devil,
Right.
for their performance.
I love it.
Which happens in every single award show, by the way.
It's nothing new in entertainment
Wait, what
business.
song was it? Dude?
God
They
damn
were
it, Jonathan!
singing
I thought we were
Unholy
gonna talk.
for
We weren't
sure.
gonna talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
this.
but that-
shit.
makes
I have
total
a few
sense.
things to round it out.
The song is also called Unholy.
The song's called Unholy,
Okay.
right? So that happened, and then
So Satanists were also criticizing the performance.
okay.
That's hilarious. That's what it said.
Oh, is that
right?
what it said? Well, I mean, because Satanism, really the Church of Satan, if you've ever looked into it, is really just a church that makes fun of Christianity. It's not a real church where, like, they tithe and teach people morality or any of that shit, right? But, okay, then about a couple days later or a week after that, Lady Gaga had a concert where she was, like, playing drums and people were, or a girl was, like,
Oh, and that
puking
girl
on her
just rose
chest.
up on
Yeah.
her.
Oh yeah. Why? Does she have a kink?
This is definitely a kink thing, right?
It
Because
was-
this is insane.
It was just performance art, right? I mean,
I do performance
Did
art.
Lady
but
Gaga
you
know?
throw up on
Yeah,
me.
it was planned. It was choreographed.
Oh, it was planned?
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was random.
Here's the picture of her like sitting there willingly, and the puke was like dyed green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done a lot for
Then
performance
it's just a
art,
kink
but,
performance
It's
art.
just peak performance art, right? So there
Should
was
be at Not Suos
so-
next Thursday.
there was that, and then like also the next week, so right away, was the Super Bowl where you had Rihanna, right?
Who's already done satanic
shit.
Yeah.
Or so they say, or whatever, right? But
No,
she
she
was
hasn't.
she was in all red,
Right.
and and she was like pregnant or whatever, and there was a big freak out, from on Newsmax and Fox of saying
She
that
has,
she
Jonathan.
was like Satan.
She has done
Crip,
videos. So you're not
man.
doing your
It's
research. That's why I don't want to talk about this.
Can we?
That's why I don't want. That's why I didn't want to
All
talk
right,
about
let's
this.
get into it, and then I have my thought on it.
Okay.
You want to go first,
okay.
Albert? What do you want?
No, I don't even know what we're talking about. What is this? What is your point of bringing
so
this up?
The point is that there was in the 80s a thing called Satanic Panic. It was huge, and it's what caused mothers to freak out about everything, from
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons to Twisted Sister
To, like, death metal.
to AC/DC, right?
Goth and,
And the irony is the boomers who were super into AC/DC, they listened to Highway to Hell and Motley
Now they're
Crue.
listening to their
Now they're the
parents.
ones sitting here going, well, Sam Smith's a devil worshiper, while they were
Right.
listening to Motley Crue.
Now,
and shit.
John is connecting all this to, homosexuality and gays. But Rihanna's not gay. Rihanna's straight,
Right.
and she's doing devil shit, and she's been known for doing devil shit for years. Did you know that?
Okay, but
Okay,
so did Motley
there's no.
Crue or
So John, I
AC/DC.
hate
And
to
Sam
spoil
Smith.
your little thing, but this is a real thing, and it's not all connected to the gays.
No,
It's nothing to do with
but
gays.
that's
I'm
not
talking
what
about Satanic Panic, Albert.
So they.
he's saying. That since all these things have happened, we know that it's a very normal occurrence. It's not
In
fucking
media.
weird at all.
Musicians
but
do this
that
shit
the
all the time.
boomers
Okay,
are taking
so
it
this is-
as a satanic.
I know he's bringing the boomers again. Okay, so here's my take on it. This motherfucker is obsessed with boomers. So here's the thing. They
He's gonna
have been. I think there is a. If we're going into conspiracy land,
Right.
Let's
go there.
I totally do think there is.
Like an elite
lots
society.
of social media creators are making content talking about Sam Smith before and Sam Smith after. It's nothing to do with him being gay, by the way. And nothing to do with him being gay.
Then.
It's the
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
It's the exact. Well, please correct me.
Yeah.
But or right.
You got it.
The whole thing is that he was and they do it they do it with just regular straight people too. And they did it with, I think, Britney Spears, and they've done it with
they've done it with
Rihanna. They've done it with
everybody,
fucking
Doja Cat.
everybody, dude. And there is a weird thing that happens where they start
Everybody,
off,
all the female ones.
where
Snoop Dogg
they're
was fine.
where they're doing this innocent thing,
Eminem
and then
was
they do
fine.
devil worshipping shit. it is and does come off like there is something happening
or that it's
that is
intentional.
meant to be propaganda.
But it got really big in the 80s. So in the 80s, all of the hair metal bands did it because they realized it helped them sell records. Motley, they all dressed like in black.
Well, so that's
with their
what I think that's what
okay,
666
but
pentagrams.
No. But see, I don't think it's not that simple because here's how it works. Britney Spears makes music where she's dressed up like a schoolgirl and she makes pop music about her boyfriend, right? No, listen to me. I have a real thing on this. There's no satanic bullshit in Britney Spears' music in the beginning, or Rihanna's music in the beginning. They're making millions of dollars on a image that has nothing to do with the devil. Listen to me. Don't fucking say a fucking word. Let me finish what I'm going to say. They're already making millions without the devil. So why would they out of nowhere be like, you know what? That shit's working. We're making our millions. Let's add the devil in there. That's why people are interested in this topic, Jonathan. Because there's no reason to put, because there's no reason to put the devil in the bullshit if it's already making money without the devil. No, listen.
Open it up to them, Albert.
So you're thinking this is weird. Doesn't make any sense. It does make sense. They're already making money without the devil.
I get this.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So it makes sense. Why would you add the devil shit if it's already working?
You have to. It's
not rhetorical.
You tell me why. This is a rhetorical podcast. Abby, why do you think?
Why would they add it if it's already working without it?
Because there's an elite society.
Bingo! Got you! Fucking got you.
I'm just saying.
Fucking got you, Jonathan.
No,
you want to hear the real shit?
I'm not
now
saying
you're
that
gonna get
that's
it. You want to bring
true.
this bullshit up? We're gonna talk about
Can we
it.
hold on. I have a.
Go, timely.
People can like the devil.
Yeah.
I broke it down to
devil
you.
insignias.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about a timeline right now. There's a timeline where there is no devil and it's making money. So there makes no sense to add the devil when it's already making money.
What if they like it?
Explain it.
What if they like it?
No, they already like it without it. So there's no need to add
I'm
it.
saying, what if the artists as themselves see that?
No one gives a fuck about that shit. These are regular ass people. Britney Spears.
I do. When I get famous, I'm gonna have a fucking special title.
What's the highway to hell?
Do the documentary on Lady Gaga and Britney Spears when they were in school. They were just regular kids.
Both of what you're
Shout
saying
at the devil. You know that song?
They don't. There's no evidence that they were into that shit before.
This doesn't happen.
There's no evidence of that.
What about that song "Shout at the Devil"?
You don't want to believe that there's something's going on, Jonathan, but there is. Sorry.
No. Only a bunch of morons think really that there's a bunch of people.
No. Then prove it. You have to prove
both
shit.
of these things are correct,
I'm talking about real shit that I know about these artists that
let
you
everyone
don't
else
know.
talk, Albert.
But you don't know anything about these artists beforehand. If you did, then you would.
We can't have a discussion.
So if Timely became a pop
There's
star.
a conspiracy theory that Lady Gaga pushed another woman off of a building and killed her as a part of her initiation to this secret society and basically got the music career that this other girl was promised to have. Is that based,
well, he's not going to believe anything.
Is that based in any kind of reality? Probably not. Who fucking knows?
There's
what
a lot
I'm
of
saying
conspiracies
is
out there.
The satanic panic is real.
Yes.
And playing it up is profitable and real.
That's what it
but
is.
But you also raise another point. When it's already profitable, why start fucking with the devil?
All right, I have a response to that actually.
Double profit.
Answer that.
So here's my response. You have to let me talk, right?
That was her teacher skills there.
Right.
That was her teacher. She goes, hold on.
All right, so Britney Spears came out,
right?
And her original song that like broke her into the stratosphere of celebrity was what was it called? "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Yes.
And she's dressed up like a sexy little schoolgirl.
Like a sexy baby.
So it's playing into all
like
this.
15.
It's playing into this actual like pedo fantasy, right?
Yeah,
of course.
That propels her. Now, as aging pop stars age, what do they all have to do? They have to reinvent themselves, right?
Right.
So is there like momentum of changing your direction in a different shocking way because of shock and all, right? One thing you can do is go into like whether it's satanic or whether it's a different, let's say BDSM or something else, because that's another thing. As you mature, right, and let's say you have an older demographic, maybe you go into BDSM, so now it's leather versus the schoolgirl aesthetic, right?
Madonna.
My only question
and her
with that,
demographic, her fan base was women that were aging as well, right?
With
So
her.
they're changing.
So they're aging with her.
Right.
What I raised you is Sam Smith, how this debate even started.
Sure.
Sam Smith started their career when they were an adult.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
they did come into like their own like sense of style and really start to accept their queer identity, came out as non-binary, all that. But that's the only thing. So in general, is it like a soft to satanic image, or like why would
I also
the gender spectrum reflect?
I have a couple of, actually I spent a long time on the phone this morning with my homegirl. She's a queer musician in Houston who was raised in a very extremely religious family.
That's another great
And
point, yes.
and she was raised in it's such an extreme religious family that so much of her work and music has to do with the
Her
devil,
experience.
with the God,
Yeah,
with God,
God.
and coming to terms
Because she
with
was told she was going to go to hell for this
She was going to go to
behavior.
hell,
Right.
and so
Right.
there's some
Symbolism.
agency. There's some
That doesn't have
agency.
anything to do with these people.
No, it
I
does.
think it does.
What was the
Because
That's
rapper?
her
No,
friend.
it
That's
does.
her friend.
No,
What was the
because Sam
rapper's
Smith
name
can
who
do
did
that.
the pole dance to hell? That was like a big controversy like
I
a
don't
year
remember.
ago.
No, but I think that's a total Sam. Because
The
Sam Smith, if you listen to the lyrics of the word of unholy,
Unholy, right.
it's about accepting yourself for not being fucking perfect. And
But they've already been doing this before
No, Sam,
Sam
he
Smith
didn't.
was doing this.
no,
this,
he's always been doing
this
that.
anti-God
always been doing that.
thing. They've
Yeah.
already
It's
have
not-
other artists doing this.
Because you have to have some kind of agency to come out and say something so controversial. Because
That's
you
true.
can't just say you're not going to get famous.
then that's
You're
a-
not going to get famous on a song
that's a
that's
blueprint, though.
hating.
then that's a blueprint that someone else is
Little
writing. That's not
Nas
Sam
X-
Smith.
Little Nas
That's
X
a
is-
business thing.
Well,
You
no,
just
but-
wrote a business plan
So-
for an artist.
Yeah.
That's not created by
But that's
him, which would
also
make it a
people's
conspiracy.
truth.
Yeah,
That's
his people's
also
truth. But remember
people's
Little Nas
truth.
X? So when he came out with what was the country song or whatever?
little old time road.
Old Time Road.
yeah.
It wasn't until after that song hit that he came out of the closet, right?
Yes.
No, he was out.
I would say
I thought he
that.
was
No,
out.
look. If there was only
Well, maybe.
if there was
I mean,
only
coming out in general
non-straight
and coming
people,
out as a global pop
if
star
there was
is
only
two different
if there
things.
was only non-straight people that were having this same story, then I would be like, you know what, you guys might have a point.
No, but
they
it-
have done the same shit with straight ass regular people.
I mean,
Right.
but even
So
straight people.
I don't. That's why I can't
Straight
buy
people-
into this bullshit.
No,
that you're
people-
talking about.
Highway to
people
Hell. Shout at the
experience-
devil. I'm telling you, in the 80s, this all was huge.
But also, straight people experience religious persecution and
Yeah.
religious trauma
100%.
just as much as a gay
Right.
person. It has nothing
That's
to
what
do with your
rock
queer
and roll-
identity. Queer people can use
Yeah.
it. Okay, so hey, we're fascinated with a lot of queer. That's why a lot of people we're talking about are queer. It has nothing to fucking do with it.
Albert just doesn't know about the history of like rock and roll. It was always considered the devil's music, right?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, like it was always controversial, and some
Because
artists
anything
took that
that's
and
not
ran with
from
it
the
because
norm, anything
it's
No,
popular.
okay, so let me draw a through line. If we're talking about with rock and roll and 80s and all of that, the reason,
Yeah.
a lot of the reason it was coined as the devil's music and all of that was
Sexuality.
because it was apart from the norm.
Yeah.
What is apart from the
The
norm
Elvis
right now?
shaking his
What
hips
is
at
apart?
ladies,
Hold on.
you know?
What is apart from the norm right now? A fucking genderqueer, almost
Sure.
looking cis dude, a pregnant black woman fucking
Right.
headlining,
Absolutely.
and all these people that haven't got to have that fucking
Sure.
moment.
Right.
They are different. They are not of the norm, so they must not be Christian. They must not be holy. They must not be, which we are still fascinated with. Maybe
Yeah.
not in this fucking
Right,
room.
and then they choose to wear red or
I think
devil
it's a
horns.
fucking,
But they're
it's,
still-
it's a work
But
through
they're sti-
trauma,
they're
and it's a dude. America was founded. We still say one nation under God. If we need people are trying to get the fuck up under that. We're under religious persecution.
And just so you know, their demographic of people who are buying stuff, so like Gen Z
Yeah.
and millennials are not going to church in the same rates that our parents were or
Absolutely.
whatever. So they actually have a good base of people who are okay with buying stuff that is satanic or not Christian or whatever, right? Like that, they don't have the same morality as their parents. You know what I mean? They're not afraid of
Yeah.
the same things.
I need one
So,
of these.
for sure, we'll get there. So, all right. Well, anyway, I think that we hit this topic pretty well.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with us explaining that it's?
Are we
there
gonna
are
keep
some answers?
bashing the right the whole show?
I mean,
Maybe.
Because it's cool.
Yeah, no.
for the first.
Our next topic is why Albert's family are a bunch of cops and Republican morons.
Excellent. As a
Do we have
somebody who
pictures?
also comes from cop and Republican moronic family, let's get into it.
We're doing
no,
your section.
But
No.
we're gonna do one topic. We're taking a little break. You don't have a.
I just want to have a variety of things. That's all I'm trying to
Well,
do.
this is what we've got for this week. So our next
Down
topic,
to bash the right, but not the whole show.
Our next topic is been. These are all also very trending things that have been in the news. So our next
There's a
topic
billion trending things.
is that there's a game that came out recently that has caused a big stir in the world,
The Harry Potter
and it's the Harry Potter game. It's called Hogwarts Legacy. We actually talked about this, I think.
Yes.
And it's. I actually have I think a kind of nuanced opinion about this, and I want to know what y'all think. But anyway, Hogwarts Legacy is a video game. I'm not sure where in the timeline of Harry Potter it exists.
I
But
think it's post the
The
books.
books? Okay.
Because it's you going through Hogwarts. Is
Oh,
that
okay.
Yeah, it's you. You go
I
through
think it's
Hogwarts.
you,
Maybe
yeah.
like Harry Potter's like
Well, a lot of
like
people have been
legend.
boycotting it
Yeah.
Right.
because
Okay.
of J.K. Rowling and her being
yeah.
a TERF.
I know all about this. I'm ready
Yeah,
to talk.
okay.
I'm ready to
Trans exclusionary radical feminist. I
Yeah,
think, right?
she's fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She's not cool.
But they've been boycotting it because of that. Now, I actually have had some discussions with some of my trans friends about this, and they have different opinions. Some of them are like, it's the worst thing ever, you shouldn't support this, and some of them are like, it's a fucking video game, play it if you want, and, doesn't affect me. I just kind of want to go around the room and see what y'all think about this and about the outcry, which is, it's called consumer activism, I think, or consumer,
Basically, like, we're going to stop giving J.K. Rowling
Restraint.
money
to
for being a
boycott,
TERF.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
okay.
that different than like Chick-fil-A or any of that. Like, so
Right.
We'll go ahead and start with you, Abby.
All right. Well, I'm not trans by any sense of the word, but I am a queer individual and I do eat Chick-fil-A. Because I'm
That's a
kind
start.
of the opinion, like, just me choosing to boycott chicken, which I enjoy, is not going to do a lot.
Okay.
I also see the issue with that thinking. However, on a much, much grander scale, I think Harry Potter exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harry Potter, like all the movies are already out. All the theme parks are already built.
Yep.
There's virtually
She's a billionaire.
nothing. There's nothing we can do to take away her check. So does J.K. Rowling suck and she's a TERF? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And should we be taking action maybe in any way that we can? Yes. But I feel like the corporations that made the video game, theme parks, merchandise, everybody's already in their bag. So what are we going to do?
I would agree with you there. She's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
I think those are really, really great
now,
points.
I do think there are things we can do.
Right. No,
which
there
is like
definitely
tax the
are.
wealthy
I'm a little
people
bit
correctly,
pessimistic in
but
my
she's already
take.
made her money.
Exactly. And everybody that's involved's already made their money.
Yeah.
Careers have already been established. So again, it sucks,
Yeah.
but I want to hear what we can do on a smaller scale to take action.
Sure.
And I think
Yeah.
maybe part of it is being realistic about the action that you can take. You can choose to boycott a video game. You can choose not to, because
Sure.
as a queer individual, I feel like she's already in her bag from that video game. So if it's going to bring you joy to play that video game, play that video game.
That's a really good point.
What do you think, Tyler?
I like that. If it's going to bring you joy, do it. If not, like I said too.
If it's
I'm
harmful, don't
also
do it.
a queer individual, and Harry Potter fucking raised me. But I really don't like.
I read all those books. as a
I read
kid.
all those.
Loved them.
That was my
Yeah.
first. That was like me.
My first big book
That was my
series.
first big
Yeah.
book series that like I loved, and I remember crying about it, and like yada yada yada.
It was insane when it came out. It was a phenomenon.
It was a phenomenon. And so like I don't know, I really hate all of like people up in arms. I think, dude, make your private decisions by yourself, but if you are someone who actually does give a fuck about the LGBT community, make up for it in other ways.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not everyone recycles, but go fucking like don't
Okay,
litter.
yeah. So if you're not going to
like-
boycott a video game, maybe
Like,
be
go-
more
go-
socially conscious in other ways.
Yeah,
Well,
go volunteer at your local
Yeah.
So, like,
youth
on-
center or
so
something. Make
on-
up for it.
On Twitch, a lot of people stream games, right?
Yeah. Hold
And
on.
the question has been, well, I want to say to your
Yeah.
point, actually, and I want to know what you think about
Yeah.
it. The question has been posed, can you on Twitch play this game, Hogwarts Legacy, and then while people are watching, fundraise, give all the money to a trans organization or whatever, which I think is the ultimate slap in the face of her because you're giving money to that organization.
And I don't think it's a slap in the face to her. I don't think she cares.
I think she does care. I think she cares. If you've ever seen her gift shop, she fucking cares.
She would care if someone did that of the money that she has.
She doesn't like trans.
I know she doesn't like trans people, but she's rich out of her mind.
I know, but she's so rich that she's the
money's not going to go from. They're not. No, why would she care about the money? That's not the point. Because they're not going to give her the money, but them profiting off of her piece of art.
Of
profiting off of her piece of art. That's what I'm talking about.
But to this point, I guess the royalties are meaningless to a billionaire.
Right.
But also.
I mean, I get your point.
That's what I'm saying. Though she's already in her bag.
What were you going to say?
What I was going to say is, I wasn't going to tell anybody this, but I tried to download it last night.
Oh, shit.
And I realized my fucking Xbox is too old. Fuck you for not coming out with a fucking, you have to wait till April to have an Xbox S fucking XS?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So this is that.
So that's why I'm mad. That's why I'm mad.
So yeah, this is that. We can try to go around in a circle but I like to just think outside the box and be this is the classic separating the artist from the art.
Sure.
And the realistic answer to that is there's no way to really. Everyone's different. Some people are gonna be able to do it. Some people are not. Are going to be able to separate the artist from the art.
But that actually goes both sides. Have you been seeing that going around lately?
Oh, for sure.
Where that total excuse of I can separate the art from the artist. If you flip that fucking around.
But it still goes down to the individual.
Yeah, that's what I'm
consumer.
Saying. There's some stuff in life that's not going to be an answer
moral
to.
compass.
So that's just how life is. Life is not always going to have a black and white response. Things.
I don't think that.
This is one of those. This is, to me, the artist versus the art thing is one of those things. You'll never be able to listen to something or watch something that you love knowing the artist is this bad person.
Yeah.
You as an individual will have to make that decision. But you'll never be able to make that decision for anybody else.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah. So with that being said, it is kind of a pointless conversation.
Well,
because
all of these are pointless conversations.
Some of these aren't.
No, but to Abby's point, so she's already made her. This is my perspective. She's already made her money, and it's just kind of the same thing with Chick-fil-A and other things. And look, I'll admit, I didn't eat Chick-fil-A for a long time, mostly because Popeyes is better anyway. So I don't give a fuck, right?
You get beans and rice.
But look at what we have. This fucking dope ass tracksuit I have on right now, probably made in a sweat camp. You know what I mean?
It's also
Sweat by
anti-Semitic
fucking,
now.
right?
Have you seen The Good Place?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We live in a capitalist society, right? The phone, this laptop, right? The materials were mined from some poor country. Our cell phones, everything we have is fucked in some way.
Right.
We can do these consumer boycotts, but we would have to boycott everything.
Did you watch The Good Place?
No, I haven't.
That is. No spoilers, it's been out for years, but the whole thing is they're trying to figure out their points, and when they do good stuff, it goes up.
Debate.
And then whenever they finally get to look in the books of every person's score, they realize buying tomatoes at Kroger is no longer buying tomatoes at Kroger.
Sure.
It's supporting this sweatshop, but also you're helping your family because you're feeding them, and so you're never able to go up
constantly
because for as much good as you do, you're going to do 30 times bad.
This is why I try to support left
Have you seen it?
political
Yes, okay,
perspectives, because I don't want really rich people to have so much power to lobby and do a bunch of shit. Like when you have Chick-fil-A, right, or In-N-Out, which I heard also is huge lobbyists for the right.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean?
In-N-Out.
But
Five Guys.
But if you tax them appropriately, where they can't give so much money to politicians and fund things, right?
Well,
that's a way that you can actually advance change.
That is something very interesting about the American society. I mean, I don't know if this happens other places, but I know that it happens here, where fucking corporations are backing political candidates, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Whatever the government is doing should be benefiting everybody pretty much equally.
Well, rich people don't feel
Call
that
me
way.
a socialist.
That happens in Middle Eastern countries a lot, where corporations.
Well,
Are we
the
gonna
Buffalo
talk
Wild Wings headquarters.
Are we
in
going to
Saudi.
talk about the
Oh, the
shell
McDonald's?
trucks. No. How the shell trucks that are like fucking taking illegal oil into Ukraine and making.
Oh no, I didn't have that on. I haven't researched it to know much about that. But
we'll talk about that later.
But I will, to close this out, unless you guys have any final words, I will say this. You can steal that game too if you don't want to give her any money at all.
True.
What?
Yeah, pirate that shit.
Pirate
Can it play on my Xbox?
PC only, probably. But
Yeah,
unless
you have to do it like via flash drive.
Yeah,
I
you have to
have
break your Xbox.
I have
or
a
something.
PS.
Yeah.
A PC.
Have you seen? But okay, I mean, I think I've pirated movies before, but actually,
Come get them.
I remember pirated movies just years ago, and then
LimeWire.
getting a message. Can barely remember this.
From a service provider.
Something that made it sound very serious, like, and you've seen people on Facebook that post stuff, and then the FBI shows up at their door. Have you seen this?
Well, sometimes, but usually it's when they've threatened or somehow, like, it's been happening more and more because of, like, white supremacist groups or, so, like, after January 6th, they've started to look way more into, like, people who talk shit about congressmen and shit, and they show their house. But that's a different thing. That's, like, violence, not pirating fucking
we think
Hogwarts.
that. We download the game, next thing you know, the FBI is
Dude,
Download the
come
game.
and take me for Suicide 1, Suicide Squad 1, and Suicide Squad number 2 that I have on my flash drive in my fucking purse.
The amount of like pirated DVDs I probably have at my parents'
Yeah, have you been to
house
New
is
York on the
crazy.
sidewalk? It's just fucking,
No,
everybody's got pirated
I
DVDs.
had my share of bootleg movies back in the day.
I've been playing, before we get to it, I've been playing my DS emulator on my PC a lot lately. I'm playing Style.
Hell yeah. I'm for that. I'm for all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Switch back on. Cool. Because we're about to go to break.
Perfect.
All right. Well, stick around, y'all. We'll be right back to finish off the show with a beer review and our last couple of topics. And cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! And now it's time for another Booze and News beer review. Hi, welcome back to Booze and News. I'm Jonathan Fleissner with my guest today.
Waldo DeLeon.
Timely Rain.
Abbey Vollman.
And we're here back at the Rec Room, and we're about to do a beer review. We're in for a pretty wild treat today. This is one of the most unique beers that I've ever run across. When I was in Colorado this year, I went to this really cool brewery called Cohesion. It's a Czech lager company. Right there.
Okay.
And I had them fill this for me so I could bring it home because they don't do cans. If you want to check that out, you can look at it. Give it a smell.
It's a beautiful can.
Wow.
So, what?
It's homegrown.
It's
So
a beautiful
first off,
can.
first off, Czech lager is really like
You know what these are called?
what that beer's called?
You know what these kind of cans are called?
Crowler.
Crowler instead
Yeah.
of growler because it's a mix
Crowlers.
between a can and a crowler.
That's
It's
right.
25 or 24? 24,
Ooh.
25 ounces.
Yeah, it's a crowler. But Czech beer is just like chemistry and beer down to the science, to where like they make sure that all the beer is done at a specific degree point and all that. I don't know how to speak Czech, but this beer is called like.
Let me see. My man's is Czech.
Nakuravane?
I don't know what is it.
There's a lot of accents there.
Nakšuvan.
Nakuravane.
Nakšuvan.
Pivo 10. So, but that just translates in English to smoked beer, right, at 10 degrees Celsius. So it's a 4.0 ABV. It uses peach tree wood. Our friends at Troubadour Maltings smoked some of their malt to add a rich layer of smoke flavor and an aroma to this pale lager with a delicate touch of citrus finish. We think you'll enjoy this rarely brewed style, smoky, toasted bread and savory. So, without further ado,
Cheers.
Beer review.
Beer review.
to you two, Waldo.
How do you say salute in Czech?
I don't know. I think Prost is German, so I should say that.
Meh. Tastes like a wheat ale.
It does.
It tastes really smoky. So it tastes like
Does taste
wood
good.
to me.
Yeah. It tastes buttery too.
Mm.
It is a little buttery.
I actually really like it. The thing about this beer is that it's only 4%. It actually tastes, I think, a lot
It
stronger
tastes
than it
heavier.
is.
I was gonna say I'm shocked to hear that it's 4%. It
Yeah.
tastes like a ABV.
And like I feel like in like the like kind of craft breweries we have here, the taste of it is like one of those like super thick malty
Right.
like dark brews, but it's not.
yeah,
That's
this
good.
is actually good. I normally don't like heavier tasting beers.
It's sweet though.
But it's kind of
reminds me of a
sweet. I like
campfire.
I like it.
Czech beer is awesome. There's like that one like kind of Pilsner that they have that's like you can find it at some bars, and I really like. So is all their beer Czech?
Yeah, this is a Czech brewery.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, it's in Denver.
Do they have real kolaches?
I definitely recommend to go check them out. They didn't have food, but they had. Man, it was super fancy. They were giving me foam shots where they were just like they had a fancy like tap system. And they were just like taking the foam off of like so
Like
the
you're
beer
just drinking
foam?
the foam.
We were just doing beer foam. Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't make any sense to me because as a person who's worked behind the bar, if I charge someone for the head,
They weren't
just-
charging me for it. They were just giving it to me.
Oh, so just
That's how they were,
like
like,
they sampling it. I
Yeah,
guess
and they
it's like
taste.
the head.
The head tastes different than the beer. They were like just drink the foam.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
some of
cool.
y'all's are a little bit more heady than mine was.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Everybody loves
It's a really
some
cool
beer, yeah.
brewery. What the Czechs are like really big about again is like their lagers, their pilsners, that kind of thing, Kolsch.
This is good.
But yeah, this was
Thank you for bringing this back.
they make the
Yeah,
same
it's good.
style.
Fantastic.
They make the same style in Germany, and it's called like such an R, like a Ron, R-A-H-R. And it's usually I don't know. It's a beer that I usually like a lot, especially like in the winter. If I want like a lighter beer, but still something to like keep
Kind
me
of
warm.
making me a little warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It has like a little bit of a whiskey effect. I was gonna say.
For sure.
Yeah, it's
I think it's because it's like got that smoked wood. So like whiskey has like the barrel age, you know, so it gives you something like that. So anyway,
Let's see, hold on, real quick.
anything y'all would eat this with? If y'all
Yeah, that's what I was
prepared
about to ask. Let me tell you something.
Honestly, barbecue,
brisket?
briskets,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh my god.
It kind of has like a
Or like a
sharp.
brisket taco?
yes, or like any kind of smoked meat. Honestly, would be so good with this.
Yeah, it kind of has like a sharp, like almost like a Chardonnay, like kind of like to your mouth feel.
It's
And-
very smooth.
And so I feel like something that would be like super fatty and super thick, like
Salmon?
Like that's what I was thinking. Like either like some like dank-ass fish tacos, or
Smoked salmon?
or, like some smoked
Honestly.
salmon. Yeah, but something super fatty because it does kind of have that little like.
It does. It has like that
pinch.
buttery.
Yeah. I don't know what to call it.
Well, we'll go around the room. We'll start with you, Abby. Where would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10 of other beer you've had before?
I would give this like a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10. I'm not a big beer
You
drinker.
gotta pick one.
7.5. I'm not a huge beer drinker, so and would I drink more than this? No, but that's personal. But it's lovely flavored.
Tyler?
7, because I love the flavor, but not the alcohol content.
Oh, you want higher?
I want a little, because I love IPAs, and there's a couple of IPAs that are like hazy that kind of taste like this, and they just will promise me a little more bang for my buck.
I would give it an 8. But yeah, I think
Albert likes low ABV actually,
so. This is good.
Yeah.
His
I'm
hair's
gonna
got
I'm gonna
higher.
actually go with 9 on mine because it's a specialty kind of beer. I wouldn't drink it all the time, but it is something that I would crave for certain like nights. Like if I was like at Ren Fair, if I was out about in the camping or something, like I feel like this would really like
I could see myself totally running around with a jug of this
yeah.
in the woods.
A stein full of this would be just great.
And
And
my
I
horn.
do think it does pair well with a lot of things that I like to eat, like salmon and barbecue and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, Waldo, what'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah. All right, tight. Waldo liked it, y'all. So,
I liked it.
and if you're in Denver again, go check out Cohesion Brewery and see what they've got on tap there. All right, moving on. So, let's see. I've got just a few more topics here. Basically, we're gonna go ahead and go right into the Valentine's Day stuff. So, it's February. Valentine's Day just happened, and let's see here. Where we go? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh no, yeah, here we go. Okay. We're not gonna go right into that yet. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna talk about minimum wage real quick before we go into Valentine's Day.
Okay, great.
So, minimum wage in Texas has been the same since I graduated from high school, which
Yep.
was
$7.25.
Yeah, for real.
For fuck's sake, that was almost 20 years ago.
Oh my God, you
Oh
old man.
my God! I did
But
not
also,
know you were
oh my
that
God,
old.
America.
But
It's
that's
not America,
like
it's
embarrassing
just
that our minimum
Texas.
wage has
Yeah,
been the
Texas.
same.
Well, and servers make even less.
No, that's federal minimum wage. So
Well, yeah, but
Texas,
servers do
yeah,
that.
but servers in the state
Yes.
of Texas
Yeah.
make even
Yeah.
less. They make
213, baby.
yes, but Texas abides to the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25.
But every other state pays their servers minimum wage,
Right.
period, which is
Right.
15.
Yeah, and Texas does not.
How many states have raised their minimum wage to 15?
I don't know how many, but
A lot.
several have. Yeah.
No, more than several.
What
yeah.
we're about to talk about is how California actually passed legislation to raise their minimum wage to $22 an hour
Oh, that's amazing because I lived there when they raised it to 15, and
Yeah.
it was
Where?
in California.
Okay.
I'm sure no one's shocked. Some of the biggest fast food companies are the ones lobbying against this to shut it down. So like Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chipotle, McDonald's, none of these people want to pay them $22
Could you imagine working
an hour.
at Chick-fil-A and you know your
boss
the
is-
owner,
well, it's the owner, yeah.
Yeah, the owner's like, I'd rather you make less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
What do you mean imagine? I've been there a bunch of times.
No, I've been there. I mean, I lived in California, and this is what I tell people is like the only reason that it's not as bad as you think is because I worked in catering and I made more money than I make here, and so even though my rent
Dude,
was higher,
I've
it was
been
translated
richer
the same.
everywhere else I've lived
Yeah.
except for here.
Yeah.
I've made the least amount of money I've ever made in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When I was living in Los Angeles, first of all, the city minimum wage was 13, but I made 15.
Yeah.
Because the neighborhood that I lived in, the minimum wage was 15. So I made 15 plus tips, and I paid federal, state, and local income tax and Medicaid. So like all that shit would get taxed the fuck out. Still made more than I've ever made in a paycheck here.
Well, and you got, I'm guessing, as I did when I was there, Medi-Cal.
Yeah.
So
Medi-Cal.
that saves you
so you
10 grand a
pay
year on
federal
Medicare
and state
insurance.
Medicaid, and it's like I didn't even have California
Yeah.
health insurance.
Yeah.
I stayed on my parents' plan here.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, a lot of your money goes to other places. However, I was still making more. Even with all my tips being taxed, even with paying all those taxes.
Right now, statewide, it's $15.50 is where they're at, and they're trying to raise it to 22. And before I open this up, I just want to let you guys know the president of McDonald's USA makes $7.4 million a year, which translates to $3,500 an hour. All right. Knowing that, should the employees in California get a raise? We'll go around, I guess. Start with Albert.
Wait, say that. Repeat the.
So the president of McDonald's, who is one of the people that's going to the government in California to their Congress and being like, we can't possibly afford this. We'll go bankrupt. We're McDonald's, small company. He makes $3,500 an hour.
Oh, so should we?
Yeah. Do they have any argument? I mean, what do you think?
No,
I mean,
no. Of course they don't have it. Yeah, that's why I'm a Democrat, because Republicans are the ones that are against the idea of anyone working at. I mean, I used to go. I still do it. I don't do it. I haven't done it recently, but I used to argue all the time with Republicans on TikTok about fucking minimum wage. People working at fast food chains, people working in retail, all that kind of stuff, making more money, and they're all against it.
Until you try to take their jobs away, and then they're all for it.
All our grandpas and grandmas and all our old people in our families, they don't realize it because they're so brainwashed that they are hurting their families.
Their grandchildren.
That are
because
working these jobs. They don't.
Yeah.
It's not really their fault. It's just they've been brainwashed since they were kids to think this way. And
You mean the boomers, Albert?
Exactly.
Oh.
And they don't. But yeah, they don't think. They don't. One time I argued with someone and I said, I think people that work at McDonald's should make. I don't know what I said.
Heard you
A
say that.
living wage?
It's like $20 an hour. or
Living
something.
wage?
Yeah, something. And then someone wrote in, you know that people, they mentioned a nurse.
Yeah.
Nurses make, they were like, you know that this type of nurse makes 25. I said, and I commented back, I said, well, if that's the case, then that nurse should make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And McDonald's workers should make that
nurses,
amount of money.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, why are you arguing with me about this shit?
My
It
question-
doesn't make any
Exactly.
fucking sense. Like, people can't
Yeah.
fucking eat. and they're working.
I think we can maybe all agree, and I'll keep going on the around.
But it's like, a nurse should make more money than a McDonald's worker, but a McDonald's worker should also make money.
A living wage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't like they're not. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, I bet you the McDonald's would also be fine if they just got rid of this guy's position for $3,500 an hour, right?
What does the president of McDonald's do?
Yeah, what the fuck does he do? He doesn't make
Nothing,
burgers. He doesn't make
nothing.
burgers. Like McDonald's doesn't need
Fucking
him.
does nothing.
Yeah.
He sits around and
He's not making commercials. He's not,
Absolutely
you know what I
he's
mean?
not. No, he goes.
It's a
to,
bullshit job.
Goes to maybe 2 or 3 meetings a day, has lunch, and goes home.
Oh, yeah. He might sit there for 20 minutes a day and actually do some shit, right?
Yeah, no, there's no way. We can afford to maybe cut down that salary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I had Republicans chime in and fight with me and say, the burger's going to be more expensive, right?
Well, they've actually disproven that in other countries.
How can you not be angry living around here?
I'm trying to remember.
These are our.
But I think in Norway, if I'm not mistaken, or Sweden, or one of those Baltic nations, the food is actually cheaper than it is here, and they pay their employees more. So that proves that it's bullshit.
Some motherfucker on TikTok was like, well, the burger's gonna be more, right?
Well, also, too, human beings basically decide the value of the American dollar. Not to get too conspiratorial on you, but that's not really a conspiracy, that's fucking true. So once you factor in American money and how utterly useless in value it is, we can afford to pay people more, And
that's the number. I don't know. I've opened up several restaurants in Houston over the past, before COVID and after COVID and during. And all of it, all the time, boils down to labor. Because that is let me
that's how they cut servers.
But but it's because of it's a perspective thing, and I'm sure when you get into a bigger,
you're known as an artist as well.
Well, and when you get into a bigger corporation like McDonald's, you can be like, yeah, we can afford it, blah blah blah. This is ridiculous. This is for a lot of people. But even in a small standard, when it's a perspective of we needed that really good alarm system, so we paid $1 bajillion to them. Oh, we needed that, blah 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 blah. It's all these, to me, these extraneous expenses that are being paid for, and then labor is a final thought. Labor is an afterthought. And so until that becomes one of these corporations' top priorities, where they are paying them adequately, we're going to be stuck in this I'm not going to work for you, you're not going to work for me.
Yeah.
I know, and that's why there's a worker shortage. Right. And that's why, because people
there's
not raising their standards.
There's not a worker
historically
shortage.
Low unemployment right now.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
And
it's just that people are demanding what they deserve.
Yeah.
I worked for, this kind of brings, me together a little bit. I opened up a small restaurant in Houston this past year as one of the managers, and they had hired, it was a small craft beer, whatever the fuck. And they had hired a previous Buffalo Wild Wings manager that had ran it for 17 years to come and open it. And his idea, all he did to me was talk about how people don't want to work. People want to take his time.
Yeah.
People want to, and he had, to me, all these
we shouldn't have been a manager at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Totally misconstrued ideas about work ethic and the actual humanity of people. He is a boomer.
That's the other thing too.
I hate you. I wish I hate you.
I'm not trying to screw over my literal manager, but I will.
He's the one who opened your Buffalo Wild Wings.
I will waste company time.
That is so funny because I've seen you do that.
He's the one who opened the one that you used to work at.
And you know what? They should burn it down. I did a bad job.
That's called quiet quitting.
I will loudly quit. I will loudly quit.
If you work for a corporate company, just steal from them.
I really do want to go on the internet and say more stuff like what you just said, but I'm honestly legitimately scared of getting
no one cares about you.
Well, don't tell
me. Because if anyone puts out that propaganda of what are you doing? Quit your job. Do the
I will listen to
people, that. Next thing you know, you will find your shit fucking.
You'll just get shadow banned.
You're
I'm gonna
fucking
get fucking.
The guy that owns Buffalo, the whatever.
So what? You want to play a part just like Sam Smith?
There's still.
You want to play your part just like Rihanna?
Look, you can
and do what the big people tell you to do?
They're still going to give us a table at Buffalo.
I've talked about it. I've talked about this stuff before.
Well,
I'm also trying to be a comedian, so
I do want to segue. So we keep this section rolling. I have a dream job potentially for maybe one of us here, maybe just me. Okay.
Okay.
Did you know that there is an actual job out there for a sex toy tester, and this job can pay anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 a year?
Yeah, I'm down.
Jonathan, quit Rec Room right now.
I'll do it for less money than that.
Oh my
Is
God.
it just a free sex toy?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve monthly subscription.
It's
Yeah,
actually
I'm saying,
Well,
like, sex toys are not, like, that expensive.
You're in luck because I was researching this because I was very intrigued, right?
Because you were applying for the job.
Because I was applying for the job and getting
Yes.
turned down. But
I was playing like circus.
How do you get
last
rejected?
But not to get rejected, but there are more opportunities for people with vaginas than there are with people with penises.
we're harder to please.
And there's just also more toys.
And there's less research, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
there's just more variety in toys. There's less toys for people with penises.
You can buy them on GoPuff. I saw
But
it
you
last
can
night.
make but there were positions for men, $50,000 a year. All you gotta do is have sex with toys.
Do you have to have a good penis? Like,
I don't think that matters at all. It's all,
All that matters is your pleasure.
it's about how good can you write a review. They want the review. You know what I mean?
So they want you to be a good writer and
Good writer, yeah.
have sex with their toys.
And have sex with toy, yeah.
why aren't you
not
doing that?
me.
I'm looking into it. All right. So that's my.
I mean, like
This
I
kind
said,
of is
the
a dream
future-
job, I think. What do you have any?
No, I was gonna say that just goes to what I was saying in the beginning of the show, is that in the future we're not gonna be dating. We're gonna be fucking robots.
All right,
I said that a million times. I'll say it to the
Yeah.
day I die. That's how it's gonna end up being. It's
Okay.
not our fault.
I don't know, because I'm trying to imagine what my dream, like, man robot would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just a trans lesbian. Like, the guy
Robot can do
like,
that for
no
you.
penis.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess I could create, but I don't know. I'm a little, like, I'm bipolar, so how do I program the robot to react to me?
Shit, I
Like,
just remembered in the Harry Potter game, because it's a create your own character thing,
yeah.
you can make your fucking character like a trans lesbian or whatever.
There you go.
I thought you were gonna say bipolar, and I was like,
Well,
You can
Might
make
be
your
able to
fucking
your
character
bipolar.
mentally ill.
I think it was kind of like
in The Sims, you can make your character. I think it's called like psycho or something like that, or just like manic. I think that's what it's called, manic. And I always choose it, and I always find myself talking to herself in the mirror and hitting herself on the head.
I've seen that.
Also in The Sims
Stupid,
recently,
stupid,
you've been able to, in the new update, sorry, I care about, in the new update with The Sims, you've been able to change all of your pronouns.
Nice.
Even to whatever you type it in as.
I'm still trying to learn about neo pronouns or whatever the fuck that is. I don't know a lot about it.
Sir, you're gonna have to teach me.
Yeah, I'll have to do that next episode because I have not looked into that. All right. Last thoughts on dream jobs. And like I know people get paid
I don't like
too
having
little.
sex.
But if you could have a dream job, well, let's go around the circle real quick. What would your dream job be? Comedian?
Wait, dream job.
Yeah, dream job. I said sex. I like this job. Like that sounds like a dream job for me. If
Yeah.
you could
I have a
dream
job in my dream.
what
It
would
sounds like
Do
a
you
dream.
have to have a job in this dream?
Yeah, whatever your job is.
Yeah, so my dream is to not work, but if I have to work,
Yeah.
testing sex toys doesn't feel like that. It would be that bad. I test the same couple sex toys every day
No,
anyway.
it has to be just new ones. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a chance, I'll come for sure.
There is always that chance, right? So, but I was looking for other things.
I
other than
think-
sex toy, but yeah.
I think
that's a
dream
good-
job is not having a job. Yeah.
No, okay, I have one. I hate working. You could ask me. I barely have like 4 jobs, but
Only 4 jobs for this
for me.
for timely.
They barely go to the restaurant. But if I like a professional weed smoker, like I don't know.
Weed tester
like
could be
weed
a job,
tester.
though.
Is that a job? Like
Of course it's a job.
It's definitely a job.
Like
and it's
that's
a real thing.
Okay.
If you write reviews, about
Help
it,
me! I don't want to live.
Hey.
in
We gotta
Houston
find these
anymore.
jobs.
If you need a weed tester, right here. dream job.
I like
And let's say-
weed more than I like.
Let's say they pay them $50,000 a year. You'll work for less. you
I
say?
would work for nothing.
No, don't say that.
Not nothing. Sorry, and it's not a
Less,
job.
less.
I would work for housing.
No, I'm
I would
lying.
work for housing.
But I would
That's
be
the
lying
minimum.
if I said I wouldn't. I would work for weed. I would.
I wouldn't work for $15 an hour to smoke weed, maybe, because I'm used to being tipped, and I need
Food.
I need food. But like, pay me $22 an hour.
As long as it's not like a crazy commitment to like writing reviews for weed, I could work my other.
Oh yeah, I'm not writing reviews. I'm not writing reviews about the weed.
For $50K a year?
You're getting a voice memo. You're getting a voice memo review the
Just use
second I light up.
ChatGPT.
How do you even write reviews when you're high? You'd be like, dude.
Yeah.
It's called my stand-up. That's what it's called. My
Literally.
stand-up.
All right, well, let's move on to a crazy ass. So back to the Valentine's Day kind of thing, which I was starting to talk about. There's a lot of dating shows out there on television, right? Did y'all ever watch The Bachelor
Yeah,
or
of
any of that
course.
stuff?
One of my homegirls from high school's in The Bachelor.
Oh,
this
cool.
season.
Everybody's homegirl from high school.
I know why. Why?
From high school to The Bachelor.
Oh my god, especially like the older we get.
Should we be on?
So there's a new dating show out there, and I want y'all to watch the trailer for this.
Yes.
It totally blew my motherfucking mind. So I want y'all to watch this. That's
Wait, I feel like
reaction.
is this MILF Manor? I already know. I didn't even need to.
Timely may not know.
Do you know about it? Okay, yeah, let's fucking watch this.
I like how you may not
Shit's
know.
fucking-
I live under a rock, if y'all don't understand. I only come up to smoke weed and talk to you guys.
Nice.
You know what? And
We appreciate
you're living
that.
my dream.
Just kidding. I have a lot.
So alright, so this is ready to go. Here we go.
Life has given me some purple. I think it's I find love. I was married for 14 years. Now, when I get a chance to do it, young men have much more energy. They think out of the box. I want that.
This shit is so weird.
I want to be one of those women.
No, you don't.
I am in this amazing, beautiful mansion.
Do you know what the catch is?
No, wait.
To find love.
Welcome to the villa. You're about to embark on a dating experience like never before.
I have an extremely high libido. Too much saying I have an extremely high libido. Should I just have said a high libido? Ladies, we're loving that.
8 hot moms.
Wait.
For somebody who doesn't really care how old I am.
8 younger
I'm
men.
just looking to have fun.
Shocking twist. Brace yourself.
Is one of them their son?
What the hell?
Are they all their sons?
They're all their sons.
It's
They're all their sons?
every mother bear has a son.
How'd they like get that like
Yeah.
orchestrated so they didn't know?
So
that,
the best-
oh no!
It's reality.
So what? Wait. I have a lot of
Social
questions.
media.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Number one, are they forced to go out on a date with their own mothers?
No, not with their own
No,
mother.
I don't think so.
Like
But
they
all
just
these
exclude
old ladies
them?
No,
are
I
dating
think the idea is that like
boys their
if you were
sons'
on
age.
it, your kid's obviously is gonna be hooking up with you.
So listen, if we
Well,
all
they
have to watch
hypothetically,
their
if
son
we
with
all
someone
had
else,
children right
yeah.
now, and they were trying to fuck each other,
No.
or fuck
Well,
us,
one of us.
No,
It would be one of us.
It's not like if
timely.
No, that'd be like if your son was trying to fuck Abbey.
So you, yes. So you have a son. I have a son. And you and I, we're fucking MILFs. Look at me. We are MILFs. We are the
You are.
hottest moms
Yeah.
anybody wants to
You
fuck.
are.
this side of my tent.
You have a 20-year-old son. I have a 20-year-old son.
Yeah.
We go on this.
It's too young. You can't go.
And they're hot.
Hey,
And these guys are
they're
hot.
The dad, nowhere to be found. So here's the thing. We go on MILF Manor. I start dating your son.
Yeah, all right.
You start dating my son because you and I want to be dating men our son's age
Yeah.
for some reason.
And they
Where are the fathers?
And the sons want to be
And the
dating
sons want to be dating women
This
our
is
age.
just this is the baby daddy problem America faces.
And what we say is, where is the dad?
Well, it's crazy.
I would fuck Angelina.
The dad's like, I
What
can't.
is a dad?
I watched 2 episodes, right?
Oh God.
And in episode 2, it's all about like learning your parents. Well, because everybody talks about their like dirty secrets and kinks, and so you have to hear your mom or whatever.
I know,
or
it's
son
fucking
tell you
crazy.
your story.
Dude,
I would lie.
Oh, dude.
in that interview where she's like, like, I have an extremely high libido. Wait, should I not have said that? Her son is like sitting next to her.
It's a fucking train wreck, the whole thing.
It's so
I want to meet the guy that pitched it because
And the
he
mother-
is messy.
the
he
mother
is
and
a
son-
messy motherfucker.
Kindly, the mother and son duos share bedrooms
They do.
in that TV show.
She's out. She's out.
No, don't go.
Not Albert Elliot.
It's fucking
Dude,
All right.
Reddit's enough,
But this
okay?
is-
Reddit's enough for me.
So-
TLC needs to calm down.
So, all right, I don't even know. To me, this is like just showing how far into extremes will go, to taboos, to shock value. I mean, to like, we're talking about the devil earlier. Like, to me, this is like just
This
pushing
is
boundaries
satanic.
for people that people can't turn away from it. Like, what the fuck am I watching
It's a
right
bad
now?
car
You know?
accident.
It's worse. It's
It's a bad car accident.
it's the
They-
train
they figure it's like you
explosions and
can't
all.
turn
yeah,
away
it's a
from
train.
it.
You know, you can't turn away from
And
it.
even though I was watching it and I was like, this is fucking stupid, but I'm like,
It's
I gotta
crazy.
watch another
Okay,
Yeah,
Can-
I will say it's kind of
Can
got my
I?
interest.
Okay, it's all fucking stupid. I don't know if we can say
Yeah.
anymore. Can we go around? Mostly because I have an answer. But can
Okay.
we go around and say what show you'd pitch to like
to top this?
Yeah, like to top or to be on par. On par, or top.
Like a crazy
Like yeah, just a crazy reality show.
Okay,
I don't
I
think
got
I
my
can think of
answer,
one that
but you
that's
go first.
timely.
Yeah, to beat it?
Yeah.
You wanna go first?
I want to go because I've
Okay.
had this idea for
Okay.
so long,
Go for it.
and it's
Oh.
kind of like catfish.
Okay.
But instead, we find men who sent unsolicited dick pics.
Okay.
We screenshot the whole situation and we send it to their moms. So
You've
I
told me
feel
this
I've
idea
told
before,
you
yeah.
this I think
Yeah.
before, but just where we screenshot it to their moms, don't know what it's gonna be called or anything like that. But I think it's a similar
I think
thing
it
of
is.
like shaming people in front of their like I don't know. Is it like this obsession we still have with like Freud ideology?
I think
honestly.
doing any, like taking anything to the mom
To the mom, yeah.
is always
It's your
going to be
principle.
good. It's always going to be good.
I have a take on that story,
Yeah.
but it's not like catfish. It's more like
I
real
can't
life
think of
confessions.
anything. Okay.
And it's about people like myself who have accidentally sent nudes to the wrong people.
I've done that. I've done
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I would
And-
like
and-
I don't send nudes, so I don't run
well,
into
it's
this
the- you-
problem.
You don't have any nude pictures of yourself?
No, I have them, but I don't send them.
You don't
anywhere.
accidentally-
You just
like-
keep them in a folder for yourself.
I've never
to-
sent a dick pic ever.
Look, my
just
show
feel like
flyer's
not-
next to my titties. There's been
Wait,
a couple
Abby,
of
why? It
incidents.
seems very problematic to not send. You have a folder of, or you have
I
nudes.
have like some on like Snapchat from like a while ago.
In the hidden
yeah,
section.
in the hidden
but you
folder.
did not send those to anybody.
No,
Why?
because they're for me.
Okay.
I love
Good for you.
that. I love that.
Interesting.
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
done- I've
Yes,
come-
ma'am.
I'm also
come,
like,
like,
wearing like a
clothes, but I've
shirt
never
and like
sent
underwear.
nudes.
over
I've,
them. Like
fine.
I
I've
don't like
posted
take.
like full nude videos
Yeah,
of
we-
me doing
I-
dabs
I-
on my
I feel like
Snapchat
most
story.
I get weird.
I've made porn.
On my public
But-
Snapchat
I get weird
story.
about it. Like I feel like I
But-
get so scared because like everything on the internet is forever, and like I just
I haven't seen that dab video since.
That's why you got to keep up with the internet.
I have accidentally
Be
sent
more
them,
scared.
and
to
it's
do
a
that shit.
horrible thing. 'Cause
That's so scary.
and I sent it once to a coworker.
I'll
and
tell
I
you
was
not
like,
to do it.
Totally not for you.
I'll tell you not to do that.
You know what I mean? I was like, woke up on the toilet in my tax chats. You know what I
That's
mean?
why I don't do that though. Like
Yeah.
the risk of sending it to the wrong person
Yeah.
is too high.
I have literally almost sent one to
I-
my grandma once. Caught myself. You know.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Yeah. Hey, all right. What's your show?
I can't think of one. I don't think a show that.
What about a
Think
show
of-
That's
called?
a great. That's
Think
actually
of
a great
one
idea.
problematic group and put them against another problematic group.
All right, the Illuminati. If they had a show.
What if you got a bunch of like?
Oh, it's called the Illuminati.
Okay, how about
with
this?
a Y.
Now, how about this?
Right.
How about this? What if you took a bunch of drug addicts
Okay.
and put them in a house with drugs?
Well, that was
That's called my 20s, motherfucker.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm pretty sure that was
And,
every reality TV
but,
show.
but they've been sober for like 20,
Oh.
20 30 years.
Oh,
They're
okay.
gonna
So,
flush it down the toilet.
No,
on the
these
first
aren't
day.
these are not recent sober people. These people have been
These are like
sober.
No, they need to be
Sober.
recent. So
Exactly.
they need to be recent.
those are tempted.
What?
Yeah, they
happens-
need to be recent.
Actually, fuck you, fucking motherfucker. Actually, that's a good idea for a television show. Take sober people that've been sober for like 20 plus years, put them in a house with drugs, and see who
caves first?
Yes.
And if they do, they win
And
what?
see the trauma that goes
That's
on.
fucking
Therapy. They went
crazy.
therapy.
Oh my gosh, should we just
Okay.
make that show?
No, that's again my 20s.
Well, I
I
think
did
we've all
that.
made our show, right? Abby, you got one?
No,
No, I didn't
Abby.
say my
Abby didn't
show.
say her
What's your show, Abby?
I would honestly 100% make a reality show based off of the job that I do, even though it would be a giant HIPAA violation. I'm a registered behavioral therapist.
Yes.
I work with really young autistic children, and I mean, I love my job and I love the kids, but I more mean like my coworkers. Like you think working in a restaurant is slutty? You need to work in healthcare. Like honestly, any reality show
I've known a lot of really talented
involving
nurses.
like slutty healthcare workers, it needs to be exposed.
Okay.
That's all.
Like, you know about like nurses and stuff?
I'm not a nurse though. I'm a therapist, so there's like a whole like emotional
But
element.
slutty towards like who? Like the doctor?
But yeah, you could do one with nurses too. But I feel like nursing school.
What,
Yeah,
are you
attractive
are
women.
you doing the sluttiness outside of work, at work? Like, where's this? I want to
It's
know.
more like we all show up at 8 a.m. and teach kids, and then like in between we're like, girl, you will not believe I
What
sucked
just
the biggest dick last night.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
the
you're
amount-
talking about like
the amount
talking
of-
about the shit you
Yeah.
do
The amount
at
of
work.
nudes I've gotten from people wearing scrubs, come on.
Right?
I think there's a thing because they work crazy hours. You have to be like in a bit, what is it, masochistic, right?
Well, the other day in school, in class, like it was the class right before the end of the year, so in December, and me and my co-teacher, we brought like the kids like sparkling apple cider and like sparkling grape juice or whatever, and we were like, oh, we're having a class party, whatever. We didn't bring a bottle opener. None of us had a bottle opener. And so before the class started, I looked at me and my co-teacher, and I'm going around the entire classroom like jimmying both of these fucking bottles totally open, and it was like, oh, thank God we used to be shitheads, or else we would have disappointed the children.
Disappointed the children.
That's true. It's good to be a shithead at some point.
One of the gave me life lessons. How else would I give the kids their cider?
Right.
Well, speaking about shitheads, this is going to be our last segment.
Excellent.
And it is a Valentine's Day exclusive segment. So I'm going to read you all 3 stories. And I'm going to go around and ask you, you have to choose out of these 3 stories, who would you date?
Okay.
Okay? So we'll start
Wait,
with
I thought it said fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, we could do fuck, marry, kill.
Let's do that. That sounds
do fuck,
better.
marry, kill? Okay, we'll do fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill the people from these next headlines.
Yeah, these are all headlines of people, right? All right. So the first contestant, we'll call her contestant number 1. It's a Brazilian woman who fell in love with a rag doll her mother made, and reveals they've welcomed a child together after getting married. So this is her with the rag doll. This is their wedding.
Are they in a hospital?
Yeah, that's it. They're in a hospital where they totally a doctor like performed the birth of
That's
this
their
rag
bathroom.
doll baby.
That's
this
people
is,
have too much
bathroom.
money.
I've seen
more pictures of this. They're like at least the doctor's office with doctors and people like running tests for this person on the.
They're running psychiatric tests.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Mental health is
I like his mustache, to be honest. It's.
She gave him a porn stash. You know,
Yeah.
we're with it.
Blue eyes. I like the blue eyes.
Oh yeah, see there you go.
She's got a
This is
type.
enough. This is
New York Yankees. Is that the baby daddy or her brother or?
That is a carpet
No, the baby
on the
daddy
floor.
is the rag doll.
That's a fake. These are people dressed up as doctors. Scroll down, Jonathan. Look, that is a carpet and tile floor in an IKEA bed.
She gave birth in just 35 minutes at home with a doctor and nurse on site. Okay.
That's my homegirl, Linda and Patricia.
While live streaming it to an audience of 200 people.
I get. Okay, I'm
again,
sorry.
this is in Brazil. This is in Brazil. This is in Brazil. All right.
So?
I'm just saying.
They have a lot of people there.
Yeah, 200 people on live stream in Brazil. You know. All right.
You
All right.
and me could live stream
Contestant
later.
number 1.
More
Right?
than 200.
Okay.
All right. Contestant number 2.
I kind of love her though.
Contestant
She's
number
sweet.
2, in this game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, is a North Carolina woman allegedly sets wrong house on fire over ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
So a North Carolina woman allegedly set fire to the wrong house while seeking revenge on her ex-boyfriend. Said that
She committed extra arson.
49-year-old.
He was talking to her too.
Set the house on fire, stole the homeowner's dog, and damaged the above-ground pool. She wrecked the above-ground pool.
Hilarious.
But it
She
wasn't.
went as far as to block the water hose so they could not use it to slow the spread of the fire. All right, this is
Hilarious.
contestant number 2.
But it was a wrong house?
Yeah, a wrong house.
How are you gonna steal it? I know my ex-boyfriend's dogs.
Yeah, she stole the wrong person's dog.
I know
Set the house on
all
fire.
my ex-boyfriend's dogs very well by name, and I'm the one that stole the wrong one, but okay.
Okay, we good?
Yes, we're good.
All right, contestant number 3 in Fuck, Marry, Kill. We've got, all right. Florida, of course. Has to be. We had to get a Florida in here, you know. So a Florida man bites off pet python's head in fight. So
Oh, I'm marrying
a
this.
Florida man has been arrested for allegedly biting off the head of a pet python in the middle of a domestic dispute.
He does cocaine for sure.
He's accused of sinking his teeth into this snake while after he got in an argument with a woman in Cutler Bay at an apartment early on a Monday morning. Cops
With a woman, not even his girlfriend. He was like, "Nah, that's not my bitch."
No, it's
Amanda.
It's domestic dispute, so it's.
I know,
it's
but it's a situationship,
cops encountered the decapitated python after they
Side pieces
responded.
you in the news article.
right? For real, that's what I'm fucking saying.
And I do believe that I read somewhere that he was high as fuck on drugs. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
what.
that sounds correct.
All right. Okay, so these are our 3 contestants. We'll go ahead and start
Y'all go first.
with Albert. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
So number 1 is
The lady
Doll
married
girl.
Doll woman. 2 is the lady.
Arson.
Arson.
lady, and 3 is the snake biter.
Marry the doll lady
Okay.
because she's into relationships
Okay.
and commitment.
Okay.
She's obviously not very picky.
Okay.
So that's someone you can because
Settle
You
down
can
with.
impress her.
that will stand by you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's me. Fuck.
So you gotta marry her.
Fuck.
I guess him
You're gonna fuck the snake biter? Okay. Well, any reasoning?
because I don't know. That shit's cool.
Okay. And kill the lady.
He
who's
fucking
the snake
bit
biter?
a snake off fucking high.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty
He's
impressive.
got strong teeth.
That's
pretty
badass.
impressive. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
And then,
I killed it because the other girl didn't do. She just fucking.
no.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah, she has bad memory,
She's,
obviously.
yeah. That's not special. That's not cool. That's not entertaining. That's not fun.
No. All right, timely. Fuck, marry,
She's
kill.
gotta go.
Where are you going?
Okay, I'm marrying the snake dude.
All right, marry the snake dude.
marry-
100%. He's down. He'll protect me. He likes to do drugs too. I think we have a lot. I mean,
If the snake comes at you.
if a snake comes at me, he's got it. Like there's no, oh my god, babe, will you get the snake? The snake's in the house. Like
Yeah.
motherfucker, it's
Yeah.
it's not a problem anymore.
I got it. Yeah.
I would marry him. I would fuck the doll lady because I
Okay.
don't think I'd have to do anything.
Right. You just lay there.
I don't think I'd have to do anything.
You can just lay there.
And I'm
Everything.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
killing the arson bitch because I can't have that kind of like that drama. If you
Yeah.
know me, has no place in my
Yeah.
life.
That's fair.
Good. Fair choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'm gonna fuck the snake dude because that's freaky.
Okay. She's into it.
I'm not like into it, but like I don't know. I like a man that like stands for something. He could be like anti-vegan or something. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. As long as he doesn't like bite my head off, I guess we're fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna marry the arsonist.
Okay.
Because
Why?
arson is a crime I've always wanted to commit.
Okay.
And
put it
I
together.
feel like she could teach me a few things. And then also too, if I teach her to burn down the right building,
Right.
we could get some insurance money.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kill the ragdoll bitch because what the fuck?
Jonathan.
Oh man, tough choice. But I think I'm gonna have to fuck the arson bitch because I don't want her to burn my house down.
She
So
ain't
I'm gonna
gonna
give her-
remember
She's
you.
gonna burn the wrong house
Nah,
down.
well, that's fine. Even if she wants to, she'll burn the wrong house down.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So
safe.
I'm totally fine.
Fucking her's the only safe
You
way
gotta
to go.
fuck her in the wrong house.
And so I'll fuck her even in the right house. If I fuck her in the wrong house, she might get my house. You know what I mean? So I'll fuck her in the wrong house.
True.
Right?
You gotta fuck her at
She's
your
the
house.
safest bet.
The only
right?
way to stay
Fucking-
safe.
Fucking her. I think I'm going to marry Snake Man, right? Because he does seem useful around the house. If there's ever something around that I don't like, you know, he'll
We're
deal
on
with
the
it.
same page
right.
here, yeah.
Right. I don't like spiders. Got bit by one the other day. You take care of it. You know what I mean? Eat it. Right. And I'll save some a meal. And then and then kill the doll lady because I really have no use for her.
She has no use for anything.
Yeah.
That's an insane thing to do.
Yeah. Exactly. Although I am happy that she is not reproducing and making doll children.
That's true.
To be fair.
Dude, she's
There
gonna
we
put
go.
like one little AI implant in that bitch, and she'll
So
have
she
real babies.
acted for 35 minutes like she was in labor.
I could never. I mean,
That's what it said. It said it took
35 minutes?
for her to deliver that
Imagine
fucking
being
doll.
there
Fake
goes my next
doctor.
performance art piece that I'm trying to do.
Like, bitch, what?
Checking with the doctor, being like, "What? My water's broke."
Are you
dilated?
dilated? You're literally the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we're done anyway. This is the end. What do we? What is camera one? This one?
That's camera one.
That's camera one. Perfect.
So we have it's gone.
That's fine. We have these two.
So we can say
That-
bye.
All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and say our byes.
They can
And,
close up on us.
We'll start
it's
with
fine.
we'll
We
start
can
with
say
y'all.
bye. Yeah, we can say
Yeah. So anyway, cheers everybody.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.
Episode
Shout out to
3
my
of Rec
girl
Room in the
crush,
books.
Abby Vollman.
Shout out to my girl crush, Timely Rain.
And yeah, let us know where people can follow y'all.
You can follow me on Instagram at Abbey, ABBEY, like victory comedy. Or you can find me on TikTok at Strawberry Quip, strawberry like the fruit, QUIP, like the expression. That's really where I live.
Any things you have coming up in the next month or so people can check out?
I'll be mostly in Houston, performing shows locally, across the front of the camera for sure, Albert.
What the fuck, dude?
For sure.
Right now.
Just local shit. Just come around Houston. If you're in Houston, check it out. Check out local comedy, support live theater, all that shit.
Thanks, Abby. And Timely.
What's up, y'all?
Where can we find you and follow you?
I'm the only person in the entire fucking world named Timely Rain, not by choice. So look me up on Facebook, on Instagram, Timely, TIMELYRAIN. I'm Call Your Mom on Instagram.
Call_your_mom.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, so just look up my name. I'm working on my TikTok, so I'll get there. But I've got The Pond, which is a monthly show here at the Rec Room. We have one coming this Sunday. I don't think this will be out by the time that happens.
Probably not.
But
Probably
I
not.
know we just secured March 31st, I think.
The 31st, yeah.
Yeah, March 31st.
But
so
it's a monthly show, so
Yeah.
you can go to
Check out-
recroomarts.org and find tickets there.
I love. Check out recroomarts.org for any good reason. They have wonderful, wonderful things on there.
My name is Jonathan Fleissner.
Oh wait, I have something else to
what
say.
you got?
Sorry. Every Tuesday at Brazil in Montrose, I am just starting a totally interdisciplinary open mic that's going to be for anything from burlesque to sideshow to comedy to stories to video. It's going to be every Tuesday at Brazil in Montrose at around 7.
Can I bring my doll family?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
cool.
you can. Please bring your doll family.
My name is Jonathan Fleissner. You should come see shows at Rec Room Theatre. We have a whole bunch of plays that are running, so again, go to recroomarts.org or follow us at Rec Room Arts on Instagram. You can also check out Booze and News on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of cool stuff like timeless stuff that happens here every month, improv comedy shows, and sketch comedy. And then Albert DeLeon, who's coming back right now. I don't know if he's going to make it around or what. Yeah, you should follow him. Where can they follow you?
Albert DeLeon Comedy, that's it.
Albert DeLeon Comedy, and on TikTok, is it Albert DeLeon Comedy or what?
Yep, that's it.
Albert DeLeon Comedy on TikTok. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next month. Cheers.